Hello, and welcome, everyone. I am your host and one of the producers of the LizyT show. How are you doing this afternoon? It is Friday, and for you, probably a great day. Looking forward to the weekend. For me, it's kind of a sad day because that's a day. A weekend is when I usually don't get to talk to you or introduce incredible people. We do have exceptions. We have done shows on the weekend after a popular demand or somebody who really needs to come on here and introduce that incredible book or that song and or even that brand new business that you have launched. Talking about that, this is my intro. If you're interested in being part of the Lizzie T show, please do not hesitate to connect with us. We are all over social media and also obviously the LizyT.com, which is my website, which we are broadcasting live. So if you're interested, please do not hesitate to send us a note to connect with us. Maybe we are the great fit, the great platform to introduce to the world the wonderful things that you do best. And I always believe that everybody has a book inside of them. It's just have to get the courage sometimes to put that into paper and share with the world. I know that there is a gift from you to the world to somebody that is in need. So don't forget about that. Weather-wise, I was just talking to my guest behind the scene. We've been having an incredible week here in Canada. This is the time that we get pounded with the snow and cold and it hasn't been that way at all. I know things are changing, times are changing, and we actually experiencing that here in Canada. Definitely, it's still chilly. I mean, you still wear your winter jacket, but the snow and the minus 50, 30 depends where you are. Those days this week are gone anyway. So let's see what's happening. Also, if you are interested in sponsoring the show, please do not hesitate to connect with us. We have incredible package. We will mention you here throughout our show, not only just here on our YouTube channel, but also throughout our social media as well. So if you're interested, also give us a call, send us a note, and connect with us. Okay, so without further ado, we do have an incredible lady all the way from the States. Our friends and brothers and sisters in the States are great. As you can see it on the screen. We're speaking today to Diana Ann Patterson, an incredible lady. I was just reading her bio, and my goodness, what a surprise! What a surprise. Diana Patterson is the best-selling author, director, playwright, producer, certified life coach, and personal development consultant, child advocate, leadership consultant, trainer, educator, and motivational speaker. If you ask her, she identifies herself as a physical manifestation of love in action. Love it. Diana launched her career right back in 1986 as a childhood educator. She started her preschool, Appleton Angels Christian Preschool, as a certified home-based children as a result of her uh, dissatisfaction for options to early childhood education of her own children. Later, she expanded to her wisdom based preschool to a large state licensed incredible preschool facility that served 85 children. And that was over 26 years. And after her closing her preschool in 2020, Diana began her career with the state of Texas Department as a family protected service child protected service, where she was employed for over 10 years. Currently, she works as regional leader for Atlanta, Georgia. Diana obtained her Bachelor's of Science degree of Educational Policy and Community Studies in her master's degree in Administration Leadership for Continuing Education, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Diana's passion empowering children and family throughout education, the art of motivational seminars and workshops. She inspires to continue to cultivate programs that enriches community by empowering families through her collaboration with the at-risk school district based organization. Her philosophy, I love it, is simple. If you want to empower a child, empower their parents. And there's more, but I need you to see her beautiful face through this camera, which is probably not going to make her justice. Let's welcome her to the stage with a one. Hello, hello, and welcome virtually to Canada. How are you doing this afternoon?
I love it. I need some of that Niagara Falls up there.
Isn't it? Isn't it? This is actually one of the best time to visit Niagara Falls. Well, rather, April, which is like our spring. May is just phenomenal. The summer gets a little bit too hot for my taste, and fall, no, the colors are just breathtaking. So anytime you want to come down, let us know. Love to
I
meet you in
will.
person, give you a big hug, and talk to you because seems like you are my kind of people, my kind of sisters. So good for you.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you. I'm so honored to be a guest on your show, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to my we've been chatting via email for a while, and she's
Yes.
very detailed, very thorough. I love that. I love that. I wish all my guests were like you. But anyhow, so childhood education, coach, you have a plethora of background. This is incredible. I mean, you started dealing with people, I assume, through your church, but this passion of helping people, of making connections, did it started early in life, or you were this little child that didn't feel comfortable with speaking to people? Give us a little bit of background, just trying to get to know
Uh,
the real Diana before this successful, incredible, brilliant women.
oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Honestly, for me, I've always been kind of an advocate, and it's funny when I did the character profile. It definitely said I was an advocate. So as far back as I can remember, I've always advocated for others. I've been a community advocate and involved in community service since I was a teen. Well, actually, since I was about 12 years old. I started off for me in Madison, Wisconsin at the South Madison Neighborhood Center. And I ended up joining the teen council, and I ended up being the president of the teen council there. I was president of the Human Relations Club at my school. I was also team representative on the board of directors for the South Madison Neighborhood Center and the Madison Urban League. So advocacy and community service is something that I've always done, and I've always saw the need to really be the voice of those who are voiceless. So that kind of catapulted into my early childhood education background. I owned a preschool in Wisconsin for 26 years. And that was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. Very difficult to walk away from that, but God had other plans for me. And from there, I started working for the Department of Family and Children's Services in Texas. And I work for, now I'm in Atlanta, and I work for in leadership for the Department of Family and Children's Services. So I've been with Child Protective Services now for about 12 years. And honestly, this is what I call hard work or soul work. You know, it's definitely rewarding. Hard at times, you know, and you can imagine working for child, and you can imagine that transition from going from early childhood education to CPS, because now you're dealing with children that have been abused and neglected. So it was a hard transition for me, but very worthwhile. So that catapulted into all the other things I'm doing, a playwright, author, all these wonderful things. So to God be the glory.
I meant to that, sister. I meant to God be the glory. So I can see you being definitely out there. Your energy and the way you speak, and even the way you love to communicate with people, is there.
Mm.
And I want to talk a little bit about the writing part, becoming an international bestseller, because I notice that a lot of people are very good at what they do, and you definitely are one of them. But when it comes to writing, when it comes to putting your thoughts, which it would takes a lot of energy and sitting and dedicating that moment. And it seems like you're the type of person that can't stay still, has to be doing a million things all at once. How difficult it was to write your book. Tell us a little bit about your book and tell us what inspired you to write this international bestseller.
Um, Interestingly, I was going through a very difficult period in my life that kind of started with the onset of my divorce at that particular time. Um, but I can say a lot of the adversities that I faced started early in childhood for me, very early. In fact, my earliest memory in life is being molested in a child home, in a foster home when I was about 3 or 4 years old. So I've had my share of adversity through my life, but the journey after my divorce of losing everything, going from a very successful childcare preschool to moving to Atlanta with 32 cents in my pocket. And at that time that I experienced all that, I had those questions and I felt that God wasn't hearing my prayers. I felt abandoned. I felt alone. I felt judged. I felt isolated. It was a very difficult period for me. But when I moved to Atlanta with my daughter knows I have a passion for writing. And she just, I was what I call in the valley. I was in the valley during that time. And my book is called Everything Grows in the Valley, by the way. And I started journaling. And in retrospect, when I started looking back at my journals months later, maybe a year later, though I saw those nuggets, those moments of where I thought God was not with me, that He really was there with me. And He was, in fact, I realized that all those experiences that I thought were breaking me were actually ascending me. And it became beautiful because you can see God's craftsmanship and work in through the adversities that you're facing. And I felt like those experiences happened to me, happen for me, not to me. So I felt almost a responsibility, so to speak, to share my journey with the world, because what I noticed is a lot of people that face valley experiences and go through adversity, they feel like they are their experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Experiences aren't something that they're going through. It's actually their identity. It's who they are. And I really want to help them embrace adversity and realize that those experiences are not who you are. They're what you're going through. And you need to separate yourself from that so that you can ascend out of that and see your worth, see your kingdom or queendom, if you're king or queen, and just, continue to ascend and know that God had a divine purpose for why He allowed those things to happen to you. And a lot of times you're commissioned to go through
Mm-hmm.
those experiences because He's preparing you for something so much greater that even we cannot fathom
Not imagine.
that would be like. Mm-hmm.
Love it, sister. And I'm glad you were actually saying all of this because a lot of people they're looking at you and they're seeing, wow, what a great successful woman, what an incredible book. She probably had it all easy all along, and here we are. And I feel that you're putting yourself vulnerable out there and sharing things that are not comfortable to talk about sometimes, but there is a reason. And I was gonna ask you, you kind of give me the segue, who can benefit from this book that you've written. I'm sure that there's people out there that have the same and maybe worse or similar ordeals, trials and tribulations in life similar to yours.
I can tell you that everyone that has
Mm,
experienced loss, grief, brokenness, I mean, honestly, one of the sweet surprises for me was I definitely knew that my book would resonate with women. There was no doubt in my mind about that. But the men that read my book love my book, and this resonates with them as well because all of us at some point in our life suffer brokenness, suffer loss, suffer pain, suffer grief, and we need to be able to. And I won't say that my book is a blueprint, so to speak. I'd say it's more of a support to allow you to understand that God is with you through those circumstances. I did actually just recently write a journal. I created a journal that is a gratitude journal that's accompaniment to my book that is actually a workbook that kind of helps you through some of the things you face in life. But I can honestly tell you, absolutely everyone would benefit from reading my book. Everyone, anyone that reads it. I don't think there's a person in this world that will read my book and there's not something in there that will resonate with you.
Beautiful. And by the way, as you can see it on the screen, we have it right here on Amazon. So if you are interested in picking up a copy, you probably know a sister, a cousin, a niece, a grandmother, a daughter that has, or even as she was saying, a man that has that can benefit from this story. This is you pouring your heart. This is you
Mhm.
pouring your soul. This is you allowing people to know deep things of you that you probably didn't feel comfortable writing. I speak for myself on my book.
Mm,
It's very challenging when you go through an abusive relationship, or even with um, abusive or rape. It's really difficult to put it in writing. It's like you relive the whole thing again. But again, there is somebody that needs to read it so they can have a blessing, that they can stop thinking that they're not worthy, that God does have a special blessing for them. That is
absolutely.
incredible. What is the feedback that you're getting from people? From, I mean, you're number one bestseller. I mean, congratulations. That is
Thank you.
awesome. That is just wow. But how did you feel, to know that you're number one bestseller?
I can tell you that I remember the day that I found out that my book was that I went number one bestseller. I first of all I cried, probably for a whole hour, but I was also living my life like it's golden by Jill Scott. I just remember that. Um, and boy, what a day. It's just an affirmation that I heard God's voice. That's, if you want me to describe what I felt, it's that affirming moment of knowing that God commissioned me to do something and I was obedient and I listened.
And that's one of the hardest thing to do, as a believer myself, and it's really difficult sometimes, because we do think that this is coming from our head, this is coming from us, maybe indigestion, something that I ate that didn't sit well. Like, why is this voice so strong? Why am I being told to say or to do, or to talk to someone? And if you think, well, or write this story, which is again, for us that's gone through abuse, it's very, very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But thank goodness, thank the Lord that we're able to hear it and say, this is what the Lord wants me to do, because it's not about all about me, which that's what we
That's
think
right.
sometimes.
That's
It's about
right.
others. It's about serving. It's about being used as a vessel
Right.
for others to get blessed, right?
Right.
That is incredible. That is incredible. I don't want to forget, for people that are watching right now or later on, to have your information. If somebody needs to connect with you, as a motivational speaker as you are, or even coach, where can they reach you?
My website is DNP, and that's Diana Nita Patterson. So DNPlife.com.
Beautiful.
And also, if you want a signed copy of my book, that's where you would purchase. If you purchase it from, because my book is available on Barnes online at Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and Walmart. However, you will not get a signed copy. If you want a personalized signed copy, you get a couple other perks like bookmark and some other things when you purchase it from my website. So it's actually better to purchase from my website, but again, because you're getting it directly from me, the author. But again, it is available at Barnes and Noble online and Walmart and Amazon.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And you can
So
also book me for live coaching and speaking on my website.
beautiful. Well, Canada, I don't know if you have that on your map yet, as a
I
speaker.
haven't. I mean, I need to, if you guys book me, I'm coming though. I can tell you that.
So that's another place to put on the map and pray about it,
Yes,
and have that goal.
absolutely.
Um, for, as a coach and as a trainer as you are, who are the best people that are suited to work with you?
There is not. So one of the things I do, and I think it's important that people understand this. I'm a life coach and personal development consultant. I'm not a therapist. So the first thing I do whenever I get an inquiry about life coaching is I do an assessment. I conduct an assessment to determine, do they actually need a life coach or do they need a therapist? Because if they need a therapist, I'm not their person. But if you're a person that's kind of, I say stuck. You feel like there's some things you want to accomplish in life, or you're experiencing brokenness from maybe a broken relationship, and you just can't seem to get past it. If you feel like you should be further in life than you are, you have set some life goals, but you just can't seem to motivate yourself to get there. Because one of the things that's great about a life coach is we're also your accountability partner. Or like some, they want to write a book. I'm good for that. And I actually have a 6-week webinar that I put together for individuals that want to write the first-time authors. It's good for any author, but it's definitely best for first-time authors. And by the time they're done with the 6-week webinar series, they are well into writing their book and on their way. And even subsequently, I hold them accountable for what they say they're going to do. And when they're ready for publishing, I do help them with that process as well. So again, in terms of life coaching, I just think anyone that's at a point in their life where they feel like they want more from themselves and they just want someone to kind of coach them through that process. I think that's the best way to describe who would be a good candidate for me.
Beautiful. I just added the website right on the screen for you to be able to connect with our guests. And if you have any questions at all whatsoever, I'm just gonna show her website. That way you are not mistaken. I love it. This is done very professionally.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
The pictures are just breathtaking, by the way. You truly look like an awesome model.
Thank you.
So here's the book for you to be able. So it's all over here, guys. The book is right here. If you want a signed copy, is right here
Well,
as
actually, no.
well. And
Those are the sessions you can book. You got to go a little further down, a little further to purchase the book. It'll say products right under product. As a matter of fact, that's where you would purchase, where it says products.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? What else are you working on, Diana? And I know you're a little bit pressed for time, so if you would like to interact with us, please do not hesitate. This is recorded and is left on through all our social medias, as you can see. We're connected through everything, and uh, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch, Facebook, and the list goes on. So do not hesitate to connect with us. But um, if somebody would like to connect with you through your social media, they can just connect with you. Not Do you look after all your social media yourself,
Yes,
or you
yes,
have?
I
Okay.
do. Yes, one of the things I'm proud of, and I will never, well, I can't say never because, so
Mhm.
you may blow up to the point where you can't, but I value the people that support me. I value my readers. I value my clients. And I look in my inboxes daily, literally, my emails daily. So every now and then there might be something going on. Like if I'm out of town and I'm conducting a conference or I'm speaking, I might miss a day, maybe two, but it never goes more than 2 days. So if they go to my website, there is a contact me link that they can click, and that sends that message right to me. And actually, I set my website up where that comes to me right away on my phone. So if you click the contact me link there, um, it was actually on that first page that first page, the home page. Yeah, if you go down just a little right there where it says contact me, and you scroll down and put your information in where it says drop me a line, there you go. You fill that out, that comes directly to my phone. So it comes up almost like a text. So it's awesome because you get a hold of me right away. So, but to answer your earlier question, the new projects I'm working on, well, first of all, I am working on developing a 5-city tour for my stage play, Everything Grows in the Valley of Few Good Men. We sold out in Houston, Texas, and it's time to take it to other cities. But I'm also,
Woo!
yeah, I'm also writing my second play, Everything Grows in the Valley, Ascensions from the Valley, which interestingly is the woman's story. So A Few Good Men is a men's story. Ascension from the Valley is the woman's story. And then I am writing my second book, which will be released, which is interesting, Lizzie, because I just realized this year will be a 7-year cycle from my first book. And I'm releasing my second book this year, Love Grows in the Valley. And that is a very compelling story about how my daughters and myself took care of my ex-husband the last 6 months of his life and everything that we learned about love. A very painfully beautiful journey. And I know more about love now than I ever have in my life. And I want to share what I've learned in that experience with the world. I think I could really help a lot of couples by writing this book. So I'm excited about this next book. I'm excited about the stage plays. And, I have so many things going on. It would take me all day, but those are my major projects.
Wow, wow, that sounds like an interesting story. Taking care of your ex, while he's passing, while he's going to meet the father. That is interesting. That is definitely something that somebody needs to hear. I'm so looking forward to it. For people that are in the fence right now and they're probably wondering, should I work with her? I do have my book, but I don't know where to start. I'm thinking of quitting my job, or I'm close to retire and I'm have an idea for a business again. I don't know where to start. What would you say to them that are in the they're in the fence and they are doubting, they're not sure what to do, they need that extra push? What would you say?
Well, the first thing I would say is everything that you aspire to achieve in life, all of your dreams are on the other side of fear. So
Mm,
don't allow fear to interfere with your capacity to fulfill your dreams, right? That would be the
mhm.
first thing. But if you want to reach me on my website, my life coach consultation, the first session is free. You get a first, and that helps me understand your needs. If you really do need a life coach, but my webinar series I offer those quarterly. I'm just finishing up one with three inspiring, wonderful authors, and I'm excited. The last one I did had five. And I'm going to tell you, if you hear their testimonies, there's no way that you wouldn't want to join that webinar. So I will offer the next session in, let's see, this is, I think March. I think March is the end of March, we start the next one. So if you're interested, again, almost everything you need or want from me can be offered on my web. I mean, you can reach out to me through my website.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. I mean, it seems like, God put you definitely in our path and in this earth for you to bless others. And I'm seeing that more and more. I know when we met through our group, this is a lady, and I said it in my heart, and God is my witness. I said it in my heart. This is a lady I love, love, love to have on my show. There's so much to give, so much to know, so much to share, so much to teach. I love to have her on my show, and I didn't say anything. And then you reached out to me, so that was a blessing. That was incredible. It
Well,
was
I
meant to
am
be.
honored. Thank you. I mean, you have a wonderful platform, and being in Canada, I mean, that's just even more amazing. But I'm very honored. I feel that every connection in life is inspired by God, divinely
Oh, for
inspired
sure.
by God, inspired by God. So I'm grateful. Even the group we're in, which is we got to give a shout out to Sugar Ray Destin,
Yes.
bestsellers, yeah, University. It's just a wonderful group, and to meet all these amazing authors in there that are all number one bestsellers. It's just an amazing, amazing group. So, I can say that I'm at that point in my life, where I'm just fulfilled and happy and ascended, and I say that, I think that we put a vibration out into the universe that is something that either it's going to serve you or it's going to serve your highest good or it's not. And I think I'm at that point in my life where I really am more connected to God than I ever have been. And I feel it because everything that I've aspired to do, everything that I want to do is starting to manifest. So I'm just grateful. And I'm grateful for you, Lizzie. I really am.
Oh,
Thank you
thank you,
so much for
sweetheart.
having me today.
And I think everything, like, like the word said, everything happens for a reason. There's not a
Absolutely.
hair in our head and a leaf in the tree that doesn't fall if it's not God's purpose. So that everything happens for a reason. Our
Absolutely.
show is not only here in Canada, we do connect to the US, we connect to UK, we connect even to South America. And so people, there is always, and I always believe not everybody is going to watch the Lizzie T show and not everybody's going to like it, but there is one life, one person, one soul that needs to get blessed, that needs to start that new job, that needs to start that book, that needs to start, that business. And you can help, we can use this little platform to elevate, to bless someone. Hey, that's all I want.
That's
One
it.
one life, one
That's
person,
it. That's it.
to bless.
It is definitely, and you do it, and and that's it. And we have to realize, I think, we have to think about that. We save souls one soul at a time. You know, it's really a blessing just to be able to touch hearts, inspire people to live their best life, live their dreams, and also to motivate them and inspire them to know that guess what, you can do it. Again, everything that we aspire to do is on the other side of fear. And a lot of times we allow, and one of the things I talk about in my webinar series, my book series, is because I spent a whole session just talking about overcoming fear, because that is the thing that stops us from finishing, or anything we aspire to do. When we're stuck, a lot of times it's fear of other people's opinions, it's fear of
Mhm.
not being good enough, it's all those things. And I want to help them get over that fear so that they can really go for their dreams, because it's in us. If God put that spark in us, that
Mhm.
that 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 wants to be ignited, he gave us every resource and every tool we need. Internally, it's there. We just got to go deep. We got to pull it out of there and go to work.
Amen to that, sister. And I've always shared this story with everyone. I'm going to share a little bit with you. When I started the LizyT show over 5 years ago, I was didn't know what I was doing, didn't know if that was what I was meant to do, and I was so fearful. And one of the things that do it anyways. I had to do it anyways, and my shows used to be Sunday evening when nobody would listen, and one person hired me, and one person connected with me, and that was in the UK. And now I'm over 94 countries, and we have thousands and thousands of followers and listeners. And I've had people coming from all walks of life, very famous people, and people, normal people just like me and you. And that's all because I said no to fear. I don't care what people are gonna say. I didn't care what people were going to think of me, but I just needed to do it. And I would think it would fail, but
Yes.
it didn't.
Yes.
But it
Yeah.
didn't.
You're
So if
you're
you're
you are amazing.
if you are watching right now, everyone, and you take Diana's example, if you take mine, and you can read all the testimonials from Diane's webpage, they're incredible. um don't be on the fence, don't let fear run your life. Just take that one little step to move your life into the next level. It could be just today I'm going to start write that one chapter or
Mm,
that one sentence, or
mm,
today maybe I will work on a business plan to I'm going to be retired, and I have this money and I want to invest it into my own thing. Just that one step, one thing at a time, and all of a sudden your feet is getting wet and your knees is getting wet, and then your water's up to here and I can
that's
swim.
it. And you know what? When we think about it, when we walk somewhere, how do we get there? One step at a time. One step at a time. So don't expect, the goal may, the dream may seem enormous, but you're still going to get there one step at a time. So give yourself grace, be kind to yourself, because we are our worst critics. We're very mean to ourselves at times. So, that inner critic, tell them to be quiet. As a matter of fact, tell them to get out, right? And then allow yourself to see yourself through God's eyes. And once you do that, you know how great you are. You know that you can accomplish anything, because you really can. And I'm there as a life coach to support you. So if you reach out to me, I can coach you through. I can tell you that my clients have been very successful and have done very well, and I have a very good track record. And I'm proud to say that.
Wonderful. Yes, please, please reach out. There's somebody that you know that you think that can work with Diana. Please do not hesitate. If you mention that you saw it here on the LizyT show, hey, my job is complete. I'm fulfilled. That's all I need. And it's been a pleasure. I know, Diane, you have another meeting coming up, and I don't want to take your precious time. I appreciate you being here. I honor you. I bless you, and I think that you're doing incredible. Keep up doing the great job that you already do, blessing others, and I know that the reward is much greater than we even think. And I know that you probably know more than more than anyone.
Well, thank you, Lizzie. Again, I'm so grateful, so honored, and thank you again for taking time out of your life to allow me on your platform. I'm truly honored, and in any way that I can support you, you let me know. I've got you, girl.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will be back soon. Have an amazing weekend. And God loves you. And I love you too. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye for now. Bye, Diane.
Bye bye.